What's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are presented by Prize Picks, and my name is Marshall Green. Week 1 of Giants training camp is somewhat in the books. They still will practice tomorrow, but Giants football is officially back, which means we are officially back, and we're going to try to go live at least one time a week until the end of the season. We'll be live for every single we'll be live for every single preseason game. We'll obviously be live for every single regular season game, but I want to get back to the roots of going live once a week on this channel to interact with the audience and all the beautiful people that do support us, man. It's been a while since we've been live on the channel. As you guys know, I also run our New York Knicks channel here at Chat Sports, and their season ran a little bit long for good reasons, of course, but it somewhat has pushed back our Giants part of the year. But we are here. Giants football has started. We've gone through 3 training camp practices. We're going to break it down on today's show. We're going to do a mailbag on the tail end of today's show. We're going to recap today's training camp. Thank you to all the people that are there that are making it possible for us to do it. And then we got to talk about what Adam Schefter had to say about the New York Giants and their upcoming season. I appreciate all y'all for being here. My guy Shane Tompkins in the building. Tank Budweiser in the building. What up, my man? Soren Edits, Omega, Tiger Metal Stack. What's up, my man? Roberto, what's up, bro? Drew in the building. What's up, Kyle? What up, DB? Jason says, Marsh, how's the wide receiver battle going? Seems like it's going pretty well. We've heard some good things about Malachi Fields. We talked about that on the video this morning. Doesn't seem like Odell Beckham Jr. has done too much as of yet, and I don't say that in a good way or a bad way. I'm just telling you what we have been told. I think he had 1 catch today on a couple of targets. So we'll see. I think he's still trying to get his sea legs under him. We'll see what he's got left in the tank if there is anything there. Darnell Mooney had a really good day yesterday. 4 catches on 6 passes, had some explosive catches down the field as well. And it seems like Braxton Berrios is the name that continues to be brought up as players that are standing out at practice. One thing I have kind of realized as I pay closer and closer attention to training camp than I did really before I started working this job was the smaller, shiftier slot wide receivers. One, it's the easiest throw for the quarterback to make, and those guys usually have a little bit more success early on in training camp. I mean, you go back to the Paris Campbell summer when he was on the Giants, it was like, oh, Paris Campbell's going to have a huge season, and then he absolutely did not. So I think good stuff on the wide receiver front. I haven't heard much about Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know if there just hasn't been opportunities for him. I don't know what's going on there. We're going to try to figure out more information on that. Trying to line up some guests next week to come on the show as well. People that have been at Giants training camp that can give us more information than that's kind of available to the public at this point. So got some really cool stuff coming up for all of y'all. If you want more content on this channel, you want us to bring on some guests, please, please, please hit that thumbs up icon. It really, really does help us out. We got 175 beast modes in the building. So please hit that thumbs up icon. Would really appreciate it if you did. Kyle in the building. What's up, my man? The AMP channel. One of the famous Mike G's in the chat. What's up? Wild Bill in the chat. What's happening, man? Shout out to all of y'all. Carl Knight, Rob Simpy, Austin Bloss. What up, man? It's been a brutal few months at work, but it's slowing down. Rob Simpy, anytime I see you in the chat, man, it makes my day. Thank you for being here, brother. Thomas, what's happening, my man? Gorilla Gang says hi. What's up, my man? Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all are the best, man. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. Justin Torres, what up? Hope everyone's having a good summer. But as I told my brother who runs my fantasy league, summer's over. It's football time. We need to get to it, and I am ready. Marty Malela is in the building. I didn't even see who the cat dragged in. Marty Malela, you're an absolute legend. I can't believe it. You guys are already sending in a lot of super chats. Really do appreciate that. We'll hit some of those, and then I want to get to the content. I want to talk some Giants football, and then I want to get some questions in from all of y'all. So if you want to be a part of our mailbag that we're going to get to coming up here in probably about 45-ish minutes or so. Want to keep this about a 90-minute episode to make it tight, concise, and so we can get out of here on a Friday and go enjoy ourselves. Ask your questions in the chat. Just include hashtag Giants in them. That way, super producer Andrew Connell can get questions. It could be about anything. AMA. Just include hashtag on screen. Fired up, man. Justin says been waiting for this. Oh, it's Kerry Morse. What up, Kerry Morse? What's up, my man? Shout out to all of y'all. Do have to tell you guys about our presenting sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks. And right now, they have a brand new deal going on. When you use that promo code H, yep. Download the app, promo code HMA, play $5. All you pick more or you pick less on the stats that Prize Picks selects for that player. They have some season-long options for us as well, like Jaxson Dart passing touchdowns, Dak Prescott passing yards, Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns, and so much more. So check them out. Download the app, create an account, promo code HMA, play $5, get $150 in bonus lineups if you win. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. Oh, this guy right here. We got a 3-point goal. Marty Malela. Bang! Marty Malela. Long time no see, brother. I hope you are doing all right. Thank you for always being an absolute real one, supporting this show. And this show you are a part of this show. So thank you so much, man. Always. Hope you had a good couple of months. It's been a while since I've seen that beautiful mug of yours up on face. It says, fired up, want neighbors on the field week 1. AC, I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see neighbors on the field week 1.
Yeah, I think the best thing to come out of this week so far has been the kind of just the takeaway of Malik Nabers. I think kind of a lot of the dialogue, the discourse, and all of the vibes were kind of down on Malik Nabers after that clip at Brian Burns' softball game. And we've seen him on the field this week, which is what matters. And we've seen him moving smooth. We've seen him cutting. We've seen him running routes. He did rest up and take a planned rest day today, but that was and we'll talk about that later, as John Harbaugh said, all part of the process. And it's about getting him ready for week 1, not for day 3 of training camp practice. And it sure does look good to watch Malik Nabers play football.
And he said it yesterday when he spoke after practice, and I don't know if this kind of slipped up or he didn't want to give too much inside information, but he said, I've been running routes for weeks, and I thought he looked good in day 1. I thought he looked a little bit more confident in day 2. We saw that one where it looked like he was on the right side of the field, and he kind of ran that arrow slant. When he got into his breaks, he really sunk his hips and planted off that surgically repaired knee, and I was shocked he looked that good. I thought when they not took him off, but did not put him on the PUP list, it was going to be to just kind of let him work in slowly and do some individual stuff. But, I mean, he was running routes full speed-ish on air. I think he looked confident. I thought he looked good. I thought he looked quick. And there was no knee brace. There was no knee sleeve. There was nothing there. And with 6 more weeks to go, if you've already been running routes as well, he said he's been running routes for weeks. We'll call that 2 weeks. 2 weeks plus 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That seems like a plenty enough time to ramp yourself up, get in game shape, build confidence, and be ready to go week 1. I don't think that anyone should or does think that he is going to be Week 17 rookie year versus the Colts or Week 2 versus the Cowboys last year in Week 1 against the Cowboys this year. But maybe we get to that guy by week 3. Maybe we get to that guy by week 4. And I think all of us here would admit that that's a little bit sooner than we initially thought.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like whatever it is, even if it's not week 1, it's sooner than we were expecting pretty much 4 days ago, 3 days ago, before the first practice. And so that is just great news as a overall probably biggest takeaway from Giants practice so far that we've been able to kind of take away.
Tiger Metal Stack says, this is like my drug of choice, Marshall. Man, I have been jonesing for this.
Really?
What does that mean?
Really? What do you mean by that?
What does that mean? You've been jonesing for this. Someone's got to let me in on what's going on there. Stan Amditas in the building. We got a 3-point goal. Stan Amditas. Bang! Shout out to Stan Amditas. Says starting the year with 50 dub bucks. Stan, you're an absolute legend. Give us some essays in the chat. I cannot wait to watch some Giants football with all y'all this year, man. Week 1 of the preseason, we're taking on the Minnesota Vikings, which means we're going to have a lot of content leading up to that. You guys know our guy here, Patrick Seatman, covers the Vikings as well. We're going to be doing collab content. I know some of y'all probably remember Patrick Seatman as well, but I am itching for Giants football. I want to watch the Giants with Stan. I want to watch the Giants with all of y'all. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know we haven't been going live as much on this channel. We've kind of been prioritizing just getting as much content as possible via videos on this channel. But, man.
Feels good to see a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah, exactly. Feels like we're back at grade school, back on the schoolyard, and hanging out with the real ones. Stan, appreciate you. Thanks for always supporting us here, man. It really, really does mean a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. ArmedForcesDeals.com. $20 super chat. Major salute to you. Thank you for supporting us, man. Says Giants win no less than 11 games this season. We're going to talk about the New York Giants and their win total this year coming up here in a little bit of a segment that we've got planned. And it's not just myself who believes the Giants are going to be good. Not just Andrew Connell who thinks the Giants are going to be good. Some of the smartest people that cover this sport and get paid millions of dollars also think the New York Giants are going to be good. And Armed Forces, he does as well. He says 11 games this year. I mean, if the Giants win 11 games this year, we are going to be partying on this channel all year long, having the time of our lives. How about, like, we just play a meaningful football game in December?
Yeah.
And not for draft position.
Season not be over by October. I think that.
Did you see that comment on the video the other day? Or it was someone on Twitter tweeted at me. I think because I tweeted out, if Jaxson Dart, Andrew Thomas, and Malik Nabers are healthy, Giants can win the NFC East. And someone just replied, season over before October.
Oh, my God. They're using, that's my line. That's my line.
Exactly. I'm like, you stole my flow. Bar for bar.
Word for word. Yes. Hey, Armed Forces, I like what you're saying, man. This sounds like music to my ears. Sounds good. Hopefully we're coming back to this in about 3 or 4 months, and you're right.
I hope you're right, man. Please, please be right. Thank you for being a real one, brother. Stan, it's because I love you, brother. And I'll tell you this. Don't take it for granted, because I screw up about 99% of the people's names in this chat. But Amditas, you're damn right. Let's go. Marshall Green Jr., what's up, Brody? Says that was officially all my favorite foods. Brother, you've had about 6 weeks to come up with some new ones.
I guess if he likes what he likes, he's not. Maybe the palate is a little simple and not too diverse. But it's good to see you, Marshall Green Jr. Obviously, you see him every day. But
thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm ready to watch some Giants football and maybe find like a new niche. Like find your new lane and
like movies, TV shows.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
There are plenty of categories out there.
As we're watching some training camp highlights and Jalen Hyatt making a little bit of a catch there. I heard he had a really nice catch today in practice. One of the few explosive plays for the offense as the defense has definitely won the last 2 days of practice for the Giants, and we'll talk about this later, but that's kind of what you see in training camp. Defenses start off a little bit hotter, especially when it's a new offensive system, a new defensive system. Not trying to say defense is easier, but it's a little bit more digestible early on than the offense.
And it's a lot less like rhythm based.
Yeah.
Like you need to quarterback and receiver and tight ends, backs on an offensive line only to get on the same page. And there is definitely a communication aspect to defense, but I don't think it's as reps based between teammates as it is offense.
I was just watching, shout out to Justin Pennick talking Giants. They are live on site in the most preposterous camper I have ever seen.
I saw that video.
It's freaking love that guy. And I thought he made a good point, and he was like, Ardarius Washington is out there almost operating like a traffic cop, getting people in the right spots, putting people around. And I say that to build on your point of there's people, at least one person, Ardarius Washington, on this defense that's played in this system before.
Yeah.
He could put people in the right spot, whereas nobody really on this offense. And it's not like, and Harbaugh said it, he told me at the combine, he said it over and over again, we're not running a Matt Nagy system. We're not running a Greg Roman system. We're not running a Callahan system. We're creating a New York Giants system. He didn't say that about the defense, though. He said, we brought in Denard Wilson to run the system that we built in Baltimore. We wanted to keep it in the system. So they're creating a whole new offense while they're running a defense that they have been run, and at least one player has already played in it, and that can help and easily speed up that learning curve for the rest of the 10 guys out there.
Yeah, defense is like made to order. It already exists, and they're kind of building a custom offense around the skill sets and players they have brought in this offseason that now make up this Giants roster. They're trying to do all the things that Jaxson Dart does well and put a lot of those in the offense. All the things that Skattebo, Tyrone Tracy do well and add those into the offense. But they're probably still figuring out what this offensive line does well in terms of some of the new guys added and make those kind of just put it all together. And you mentioned all the guys, Nagy, Roman, Callahan, like they're all kind of just, it's just like they're all putting a few ingredients into that pot and kind of cooking up the recipe for what this offense is going to look like. And I think, honestly, while they have this learning curve right now, that could play into the Giants' favor early in the season because teams are going to have no idea what to expect.
Agreed. And he made it. We're building the New York Giants, as he likes to say, system. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Sounds like it's been a lot of heavy personnel groupings. 2 tight ends, 2 backs, 3 tight ends, 1 back, 2 tight ends in the shotgun as well. Not a lot of 11 personnel, not a lot of 3 receiver sets, not a lot of 1 back, 1 tight end sets. The Giants want to play a physical brand of football. They want to run the rock. I think I was listening to Peter Schrager talk today. He's like, Jaxson Dart's not going to throw the ball 50 times a game this year. And I don't think that he should be. I think the Giants should be a physical football team. You add Francis Malienoa. You bring in Patrick Ricard. You bring in Isaiah Likely. You spend more money at the tight end spot. You got 2 backs. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, and we know that Jaxson Dart, he's a physical runner, and I'm ready to see them play some real football, my man. We got a 3-point goal. King Kenya. Bang! Shout out to King Kenya. He says, welcome back. The gang's all here. Welcome
King
back.
Kenya.
Welcome to the chat, champ. I'll say this much. I know it's the Giants channel, and some Giants now viewers get upset when we talk Knicks. It has been a lot of fun being a champion this summer. I've done some vacationing, and I was in LA for like a week and a half last week. The amount of New York Knicks gear that I saw, I went to San Diego. I was wearing Knicks gear, and people were coming up to me, Knicks in 5, baby. Like it's been awesome to be a champion, and I want to be a Super Bowl champion with my New York Football Giants. Cannot wait. King Kenya, I love you. You know what it is, my man. Thank you for being a real one. Thanks for always showing love to us. Can't wait to watch this football season with you, man. Seriously, hope your summer's been well. Hope everybody's good, bro. Love you, man. Let's go, Big Blue. Let's go, Big Blue. If you're happy that Giants football is back, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get it on, man. Nope says, and then the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I don't hate it. My guy Vasquez, what up, my man? Tiger Metal Stack says, P.S. Yo, Marshall, my wrist is healing. Okay, haven't started therapy yet due to the VA being so slow. Take care of yourself, man. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Heavy stuff, Shane Tompkins. Physical, smash mouth, downhill. The New York Bullies. That's what we're going to be this year. We're going to be the New York Bullies. That's what I want to see. Appreciate all y'all. We are going to get into a mailbag. Got 2 segments first. Want to recap some stuff. We're hearing about practice today. Then we're going to talk about Adam Schefter talking about the New York Giants playoffs. To make it the playoffs, going to be a lot of fun. And then Mailbag, way you can get your question featured on the mailbag. We used to do these all the time. If you guys don't want to do them anymore, if you're too cool for school, I'm cool with it as well. But I want to answer your questions. I know you guys have questions. It's one of my favorite videos to do, just interacting with you guys. Ask your questions in the chat, and then just use hashtag Giants as well. That way we can use our producer tools, and AC can get them up on the screen. Like I see my guy Garcia Tattoo Studio says, Marsh, what's your thought on Nagy so far? You should say that again and include hashtag Giants in there. That way we can get that up on screen. Shout out Tiger Metal Stack says, who makes the cuts? Who makes the cut this year? Getting his question. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. 209 people watching, 109 likes. Thank you all, y'all. Really, really do appreciate you. Have you ever met Jeffrey before? I don't know who Jeffrey is. Young Tug? I'm not sure who Jeffrey is. Nelson says, Marshall, did Theo Johnson drop the ball this time? I did not see anything about Theo dropping the ball today. I know he did have 2 drops one each in the last 2 days. And that's disappointing because I bought back in some Theo Johnson stock. And it's more red than green right now. We never want our stock to be red.
Not good. Not good. Shout out to Bear.
Bear, do you own a chair? If Mooney doesn't work out, do you see the wide receiver 2 battle to be closer than people think? Yeah, I think it is just already going to be close. I don't know if like the public kind of just views that Darnell Mooney is automatically going to be that guy, and I'm not saying he's not going to be that guy, but I do think it is a legit competition between Mooney, Darius Slayton, and I think Malachi Fields is in the thick of it. Like, we heard good things about Malachi Fields in day one. Giants.com said he had arguably the play of the day. Yesterday, there were multiple people that said he once again had a good day. Like, Andrew, they didn't trade up to go get a wide receiver for him not to be an impact player in year one. Because if they thought he wasn't going to be an impact player in year one, they would have just waited to draft another wide receiver. Like, they gave up good draft capital for him as well. 4th-round pick this year to move up. Like, they clearly believe in this guy. I think they have a plan for him to be productive and be a part of this team early in the season.
Yeah, you've made that point multiple times how John Harbaugh teams typically value draft capital, and yet they were willing to spend, like you said, extra draft capital to go up and get a guy. I think this is a guy that John Harbaugh really wanted. He had a vision for, and he really believes in. And with some of the injuries right now, like obviously Nabers looks good, and Slayton was a little banged up, but the whole point is that it's kind of open right behind him, assuming Nabers is healthy, kind of open behind him. It's going to be whoever emerges, whoever develops a good rapport with Jaxson Dart, and I think you talk about how they're going to run the ball a lot. Like a good way to bump yourself up in the line is probably to show you're willing to block there, and you're willing to block. And I think that'll win a lot of brownie points with the coaches.
And he was one of the best blockers coming out of the draft, per all the draft nerds out there. And at 6'4", 225 pounds, he's got the size and the length to do it. And it's a good point. You show that you can block and can make contested catches. That's an easy way to get on the field, at least at the bare minimum in the red zone and 3rd and short situations. Shout out to you, Bear. Yeah, I think it's a true competition. Mooney, Slayton, and Malachi Fields. So keep your eyes on that. Arm Force Steals, my man, back again. Thank you very, very much, man. Who do you see as wide receiver 1, 2, and 3? Nabers at 1. So when you say wide receiver 3, do you mean the slot? Because someone's going to have to play the slot, and I do think Isaiah Likely could play the slot a good bit. Calvin Austin was a name that was frequently mentioned in the Giants' spring and early summer practice sessions as well. I think it's Nabers 1, Austin in the slot, and then it's Slayton, Fields, and Mooney kind of competing. I'm going to say by season's end, Malachi Fields is your wide receiver 2. I'm going to go out, put it on the table. I think Malachi Fields is going to be wide receiver 2 by the season end. What do you think, KC?
Yeah, I think they would like that. I think the Giants would like that. I think Darnell Mooney is probably the most proven guy out of that group. Obviously, you have Slayton as well, who's done a lot of things, but I don't think many Giants fans have confidence in Darius Slayton. And, he has the opportunity. He should be a new regime, fresh start. If he goes out there and plays well, I don't think John Harbaugh is going to care about what he's done in any of the previous years. So, I'll say Darnell Mooney to start the season, and I see no reason why he can't continue to have a big year. But I believe in Fields as well. And, like, you look at the size, and we saw Jaxson Dart have success throwing the ball to big body guys. He made little Jordan Humphrey look like a great receiver last year, specifically in that game against the Eagles. So I think if him and Dart can get on the same page, I think he could have a big year, like you said.
Fired up for that one, man. Ready to see that dude go play some football. All right, let's jump into this first segment. Let's recap everything we're hearing from day 3 of Giants training camp. Then we got to talk about what Adam Schefter said about the New York Football Giants. And then we have a mailbag where we're going to answer your questions. If you want your questions to get up on screen, use the hashtag Giants in the comments. That way we can go ahead and pop your questions up on stream. Trippy Whips, your little games are going to need to be improved because we've all seen those, brother. Be a better troll than that. Just be a better troll than that. Appreciate all y'all being here, man. 254 people in the chat. That's what's up, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't yet, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. Would really appreciate it as we're getting ready to take a deep dive into training camp day number 3 for the New York Football Giants. All right. What up, Plant Lord? What up, Maurice Willis? What up, Ed? Says bag of rocks for Slayton is fine by me. I'll take gravel. They can even be little rocks. Too Saucy G says, go Big Blue. What's up, my man? Take Budweiser. Seeing that logo in the chat, man, this gets me freaking fired up. All right. The New York Giants just finished day 3 of training camp, and we're going to tell you everything you need to know. A big day for the defense. And I'll tell you why I think the offense has struggled the last 2 days. As you're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports, my name is Marshall Green, and we are presented by Prize Picks. Malik Nabers practiced in a limited capacity in day 1, did a little bit more in day 2, did not practice in day 3. Don't sound the alarms, though. This was always the plan for Nabers. We've heard John Harbaugh say it. He is going to slowly be integrated into the New York Giants. Full plans. They are not going to rush him. And he said he thinks it's going to be quite some time before Nabers is a full participant in practice. And this is how it should be. You don't win any games in training camp, but you can lose games in training camp. And what I mean by that is you don't win games by Malik Nabers being a full participant today. But knock on wood, any player goes down today, that could theoretically cause you to lose games once the season gets there. So there is a clear and evident plan for Nabers. The Giants invested a lot of money in their training team and their medical team this offseason, and they are not going to rush back one of the more important players on this team. Stick to the plan. Let him get his feet under him. Let him work back into it, and have him ready for Week 1 against Week 1 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, which is a place that I think we are trending to. What say you? Do you think Malik Nabers plays Week 1 against Dallas? Type Y for yes, type N for no. And if you want to make it happen, go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon right now. All right, let's talk about practice and the people that were out there. Shout out to Connor Hughes of SNY saying, I thought the defense won the day. Really not a lot of the offense consistently moving the ball. There were highlights, but more downs than up. And shout out to Justin Pennick, my guy Talking Giants. Go give him a follow. Go watch their stuff. They are live there in West Virginia doing awesome recap shows. Says the defense had an absolutely dominating day. Energy and momentum from start to finish. The offense looked very sloppy and disjointed, still going through some growing pains. He says, I lost count of how many would-be sacks. Burns had a few. That's probably what is most disappointing to me, that the offensive line did not do or fare all that well today. We talked about on Thursday, the defense won the day. Friday, the defense wins the day as well. And that's something that you usually see early on in training camp. We'll get to that here momentarily. He said Abdul Carter had a solid day again. Even Jason Pinnock had a would-be sack. Ardarius Washington had a solid day and really knows this defense well. It's nice having a guy that's played in the defense you're running, kind of being able to be that hall monitor traffic cop that gets everybody in the right spots. Also mentioned Arvell Reese had his best practice yet, making plays as a run defender and in coverage. I also saw that Arvell Reese had a PBU on an Odell Beckham Jr. pass that was a pass that was intended to Odell Beckham Jr. And John Harbaugh talked about it after practice, said the length of Arvell Reese makes him a better pass defender. Paul Schwartz of the New York Post tweeting, the starting offense struggled in the 2-minute drill to end Giants practice. Darius Alexander ended things with an interception of Jaxson Dart. The way that I understood that Darius Alexander intercepted happened was the New York Giants defense lined up in a cover 0 look. They had a double mug going on. There was a bunch of players on the line of scrimmage, and they were playing the game. Who's coming? Pause. And who is dropping? Who's bringing the pressure? Who's getting after the quarterback? And who is dropping into coverage? And it looked like everybody went, and it was Darius Alexander was the guy that dropped into coverage. Dart didn't see it, threw it right to him. Well, he made a really nice play from my understanding, and then he took it the other way. So good to see that Darius Alexander make a play there. More importantly, Darius Alexander has been the starting defensive tackle next to DJ Reader. We all kind of thought and anticipated that it was going to be Shelby Harris lining up alongside Reader, and those two veterans were going to be the starters on the inside, but it's Darius Alexander getting the first crack at it, and I think that is important. We talked about that PBU that Arvell Reese had, and Art Stapleton tweeting out, play of the day number 1, the eraser. Or is it the eraser? Jaxson Dart read the play perfectly. Defense was in zone, and Odell Beckham Jr. sat down in the void. It was open. Dart saw him and fired. But Arvell Reese used his wingspan to come out of nowhere and deflect the pass away from Odell Beckham Jr. So we all know that Arvell Reese is going to be someone that can get downhill, that can get after the quarterback, that can show and flash his closing speed in the run game. Play in the box. If this is a player that could also be a plus production guy while moving backwards in pass coverage, watch out, man. I cannot wait to see this guy play some football this year. He looks like Terminator out there. He looks a little bit. The only reason he doesn't look different than everybody else is because Tremaine Edmonds is also a 6'5" inside linebacker. But there's a reason that a lot of people thought this guy was the best player in the draft, and I'm ready to see him be that for the New York Giants. If you believe in this Giants defense, I think it's the strength of the football team. They've won 2 days in training camp early on. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon right now. A lot more to talk about. Make sure you are hooked up with our presenting sponsor of today's show, and that is Prize Picks. Brand new offer with Prize Picks. Woo! Play $5, get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that first $5 lineup. Just got to use the promo code HMA. America's #1 sports pick app. Love playing Prize Picks because I love making money and I love watching sports and I love doing it at the same damn time. Shout out to Prize Picks, man. They hook up their users all the time, like Taco Tuesday, where they will lower the stat total for players. They have Flex Friday, another day where you could take advantage of as a prize picker. And they'll also do special discounts as well. They've got some week 1 options ready to go, like more or less on CeeDee Lamb touchdowns, more or less on Cam Skattebo touchdowns, and so much more. Go check it out. Download the app, create an account, use the promo code HMA, play $5, get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that $5 lineup. So we've talked about how the defense ended up winning day 2 and day 3 of Giants training camp. And I think that's going to be, I'm not shocked that the Giants defense has won that. And it's kind of been an impact to Jaxson Dart. Connor Hughes saying, I had Jaxson Dart 7 of 14 with an INT in practice today during 11 on 11s. Consistent pressure in his face. Biggest downer was the 2-minute drills he ran to end practice. 3 and out on the first one, time expired. A false start penalty on the running clock ended that. Then the INT on the final play. So a lot of people have been asking, Marshall, are you worried that the offense hasn't looked good the last 2 days? And I'm not really worried at all. One, I'm already anticipating this defense being a top half of the league defense in the NFL this year. But the way that training camp usually plays out is especially when you have a brand new offensive system coming together, new OC and new DC. Giants have both those. When both those things happen, you will usually see the defense hit the ground running a little bit quicker. Offenses usually start a bit slower early on in training camp. But 2-minute drills is a place where I want to see Dart grow. We'll talk more about that. Why is the offense maybe starting a little bit slower? John Harbaugh said it at the Combine. Yes, you do have a brand new offense coordinator in Matt Nagy, but he said, we're not running a Matt Nagy offense. You have Greg Roman as an offensive analyst, a senior offensive analyst, said, we're not running a Greg Roman offense. You have Coach Callahan as your quarterback coach. He said, we're not running a Cincinnati Bengals offense. He said, we are going to create a New York Giants system. The Giants are creating that system right now. They are installing that right now, and they are working through some of the kinks. That is not the same with the defense, despite, a brand new defensive coordinator in Denard Wilson. They already know the system they're running with Denard Wilson. John Harbaugh said at the Combine, he said, we wanted to hire Denard Wilson for a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons was so we could run the Baltimore Ravens defensive scheme that we built. They're running something that's already been created. And you have a guy like Darius Washington who has been in that defense before, and he is able to help people out and put them in spots and help them understand this defense. This offense is brand new for absolutely everybody, including the offensive coordinators. This defense is not. An area I do want to see Jaxson Dart improve, though, are those 2-minute drills. I cannot for the life of me forget, despite how good he was in the first 55 minutes of that football game, the last 2 minutes against the Denver Broncos, when the game needed to be won and there had to be a 2-minute drive put together to win, Jaxson Dart was just playing like Hail Mary game out there. He was just literally throwing jump ball and deep ball and trying to get it all done in one play. I know he was a rookie, and I don't want to overreact to that, but that is an area that I have kind of just circled with red ink that Jaxson Dart and this Giants offense need to get better in 2-minute drills, game-winning drive opportunities, no huddle, back against the wall, got to get points or you're going to lose. Something to look forward to in year 2 for Jaxson Dart, but I'm not worried about the offense not looking good in day 2 and day 3 of Giants training camp. Not many explosive plays today at practice. There was a couple on Thursday. Ones to note, Jalen Hyatt had a deep catch today. Dalen Cambry had a deep catch today. I believe he beat Colton Hood on that deep play was Dalen Cambry. So something to note with the rookie cornerback. And Theo Johnson made a nice play. I believe it was up the seam. 2 drops last 2 days. Good to see Theo Johnson make a big play today. I don't believe he had a drop today. Art Green, someone that I think is really liked in this coaching staff and especially in the front office. He was back at practice today. John Harbaugh called it some muscle soreness as to why he did not practice on Thursday, but good to see him out there today. So that's what we got from day 3 of Giants training camp. Defense wins today. Brian Burns had a big day. Abdul Carter had a couple more sacks. It was a Darius Alexander interception to end the day. Defense looked good. Offense, your time to answer on Saturday. Appreciate you guys for watching our day 3 recap. Make sure you are following me on social media at @MarshallGreen_. You can find me on Twitter, and you can go ahead and find me on Instagram. We the plug in the building. What up, my man? Trippy Whips. Trippy, are you being annoying again? Offense sounds like they've been doing great because you hired Nagy. Trippy, you're always just bringing the vibes now, man. Plant Lord says, Marshall, question, have you heard anything from the rest of our division about new Giants? I don't really know what you mean by that. Have you heard anything from the rest of our division about new Giants? Like, are they scared of our new players?
I don't know if it's that, or I guess the new guys any guys from the Giants go to other teams in the division?
Not the Eagles. I don't know any that went to the Commanders. I don't know any that went to Dallas.
Maybe like they're scared of the Giants. I mean,
yeah, help us understand a little bit more. I'd love to answer your question, my man. Like coaches talking about it, I bet. No, I haven't heard it. I think everybody at this point is kind of focused on their own team at this point. Training camp, you're focused on the people in your building at this point. But help us understand your question a little bit more, my man. Zegan Man, what's up, brother? Coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Always great to see you, my man. Just genuinely can't wait to see JD6
To Malik Nabers 1.
Oh, to Malik MN 1 again. Hopefully a full 17-plus games from both two. It's so crazy to think, Andrew. We literally saw them play football together for like 3 drives.
Yeah, it was one of all the bad things to happen last year. That may have been one of the worst. Scary. It's going to be scary. Like, you could tell just kind of by the way they talk about each other that they think highly of each other. They respect each other. They have a good relationship. And I think the only people more excited than us for them to play football together may be Jaxson Dart and Malik Nabers. So, and Ziegenman, good to see you again. And I love that you threw a little 17-plus in there too. I hope we're playing 17-plus games as well, man. So,
yeah, I tweeted it out, and as I am always during the month of July, and we get to August, I am drunk on Giants Kool-Aid. I drink red and I do drink blue. But man, I believe it. I believe it in the bones. I believe it to my bones that if Jaxson Dart, Andrew Thomas, and Malik Nabers can give me 17 healthy games this year, I think they could compete to win the NFC East. I really do believe that. I'm not afraid of any team in the NFC East this year.
Who scares you? I mean, we did a video where we broke down the other teams, and like, it doesn't seem like they're that much better than the Giants when you look at it on paper. And obviously, it's paper, and the games are not played on paper. But I agree with you. I think they showed it last year. They compete with every team in the division. I think they've only gotten better, and I think some of the other teams have gotten worse as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team like nothing really matters year to year. I get it. Like it's a week to week league in the NFL, but like I was talking with Smitty last night. Like Giants were beating the crap out of the Denver Broncos. Giants were beating the crap out of the Chicago Bears. Like the Giants were beating the crap out of the Detroit Lions with Jameis Winston. Those are 3 teams that prior to last year, everyone was like, oh, they're going to be pretty good, man.
3 of the better teams in the league.
And they did beat the crap out of the Eagles. And they should have beat the Dallas Cowboys in week 2. And they were up on the Green Bay Packers in the 4th quarter. Last year's last year. That's all that matters. But I got some faith in this football team, man. Armed Forces, what's up, Brody? Why can't these New York football Giants win at least 11 games this year? I think they can. I'm going to give you a more in-depth answer when we get to the mailbag coming up in about 20 minutes or so. Shout out to you. If you want to get your questions featured on the mailbag like Armed Forces, include hashtag Giants or Super Chat. All Super Chats that are Giants football applicable, we'll include those in the mailbag. So if you Super Chat and just want to tell me, yo, Marsh, you look super sunburned, bro, probably not going to put that in the mailbag. But if you have a football question, we'll include that one. You guys think I got like sunburn or like tan or something, or I went to the beach? There's been a lot of comments on that.
I saw people calling you Marshall Red.
Yeah, I saw Marshall Green. More like Marshall Red. Oh, like I've never heard that one before. Come on, you're better than that. I'm just messing. I love you guys. Love you guys. Oh my goodness. It might be happy hour. We got a 3-point goal. Take Budweiser. Bang, bang. Take Budweiser. What's up, my man? $100 super chat. Give me some TBs in the chat. You know what? We got a case of Happy Dads right here. It's Friday. I ain't got no job. I don't got to work tomorrow. We might need a new producer because Andrew's going to die. He's choking on a glizzy over there. I don't know what's going on. But I got a Happy Dad for my guy Tank Budweiser. I haven't done one of these, I don't think, since the Knicks won a championship. I don't know if you guys knew that. Knicks are world champs, which means I'm a world champion. Tank Budweiser, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we haven't been live, so I haven't done a 3-point goal in 6 to 8 weeks. So I just got to get the vocals warmed up a little bit, and then I'll be good to go. It's like training camp. You just need to just like they're in training camp. We need to.
We're in training camp as well.
Exactly.
I've been training hard. I've been training so hard. Let's go. Who's ready to watch the New York Football Giants? I'm ready to party, man. Woo! I will say, I don't know if it's because basketball season ran long and I don't know what it was, but I really wasn't feeling the first day training camp jitters like I usually do.
Yeah.
But then I saw Malik Nabers running out there, and
Changed
I like
everything.
literally like got chills. And I was like, "Holy crap! Football is here, and we're gonna have like our best player on the football field this year." But I'm so fired up. I'm so ready. The season's going to be a blast. So many awesome people watch and support this channel. Cringy Grinch says, bro, you looked like Andrew's shirt. Do I not look like Andrew's shirt anymore? Do you think the sunburn one? It was never sunburned, by the way.
It just went away.
It just went away. We've done a lot of camera tinkering. Hopefully it looks all right.
Marsh is actually not even here. It's just AI.
Yeah,
like
this is AI.
It's so.
I'm not gonna lie, that Happy Dad tasted pretty good. I haven't done one of those in a minute. Take Budweiser. What's your record prediction, brother? I want your record prediction. Everybody, give me a record prediction in the chat for the New York Giants. I want to see, are we being optimistic? Are we thinking doomsday? What is it? Cringy Grinch is going 10-7. Man, 10-7 would be awesome. Did I do 10-7 or not? I think I did 10-7 for my.
I think I wasn't here for that video. I think you did do, or maybe 9-8. Maybe 9-8.
My 9-8.
I think you did a winning record.
11-6, 5-13. Well, you don't play 18 games, Trippy. So work on your math and work on your trolling.
Are they
skills.
somehow making the playoffs with 5-12 and then they're losing? That's why they're gonna be 5-13.
King Kenny's got Glizzy over there. It's a Nathan's, but it's a Glizzy. 5-12. I'm glad you can count, brother. Like, if you're gonna troll, at least be like a good troll. Don't be a stupid troll. Like, at least be good at your. Like, if you're gonna do it, be good at it. Rob Jigga says, hello, chat. Miss you guys. CTM Marsh Andrew. Rob Jigga was blown away by how sunburnt I was. I saw one of his comments. He was like, holy Batman, Marsh. It's like, you go on vacation, fall asleep on the beach.
Marsh came back to the office, and like everyone's walking in, and I heard about 10 people say, "Wow, did you get some sun, Marsh?" on your? And I was like, I'm just not gonna say anything about it because you've been asked about it about 20 times already.
It's like, dude, bro, you got tan, man. It's like,
did you look in the mirror before you came to work?
It's like, yeah, well, when you go to LA and San Diego and you're on the beach for 7 days in a row enjoying life, that's what it was, man. That's what it was. It was a lot of fun. Good little reset, which was a little bit longer. Love it out there. But no, it was awesome fun. Take Budweiser. I got you clocked in with your record prediction. Maybe we make a wall. Real one's record prediction wall. I think that'd be pretty cool. That. Jake S., what up, bro? Imagine Arnold comes back during Giants games.
I would be down for that. I would be down.
That would be hilarious. I still don't know if it's Marty Malala or not.
I don't know. Marty, is this you? My prediction is actually someone else just trying to be like Marty.
It's hard. It's hard to be like Marty.
He can't. There is only one Marty Malala, but it's like, I don't know. Appreciate you, Jake.
You guys are awesome, man. Parker Walters, what up, P-Dub? That's my guy right there. He says, let's go get hype, man. Giants football. We're only like 6 weeks away? 6.5.
Yeah, because it's like, what's the start date? It's not like September 13th, right? It keeps getting later and later and later.
What I hate is after the final preseason game, there's a week off. Like, why are we not just playing the next week?
It's almost 2 weeks because I think the last game's on a Friday.
It's ridiculous.
And like the last preseason game's still in August, and then it's September 13th is the week. It's going to be the anticipation between the last preseason game and the first regular season game is going to be tough to stomach. But
yeah, don't love it. Don't love it. Shout out to you, P. Walters. Jake says, oh, Deron Bland. I got someone for you to meet. Mother effing leak. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait, bro. God, Sunday Night Football. Feed me. Feed me. Love you, bro. Appreciate your support, man. We the plug. Says, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Shout out to you, Brody. Let's go. Justin Torres. What's up, man? Who thinks we were beating the Cowgirls week 1? Me. We're starting 1-0.
Me.
Starting the 1-0.
Type me if you think we're beating Dallas week 1.
Larry says, can't wait for the hits. Just play the hits. Rob Jigga says, is Reese still rocking 52? He is. He is. Austin Blasco in 17-0. Hey, Marsh and company, 10-7. Defense is going to be aggressive. Happy Friday. I'm in. Sign me up. Do you think Burns stays if we have another bad year? Yes. I think Brian Burns is going to be here a while.
He's getting paid a lot of money.
Oh, Parker, I cannot wait for the tees, bro. My guy always hooks me up with some old throwback Giants tees. He's a legend, man. I got to hook him up with something. I am currently in the I.O. Parker portion of things because he's freaking always hooking me up, man. Thank you, brother. Shane Tompkins says we start 2-0. Watch. If we go 2-0, we're going 20-0. 20-0. Would it be 20?
I think so.
Yeah,
you probably have a bye.
Yeah, because you'd have a bye. Yeah, 20-0. Don't let us go 2-0. You can just move the 0 to the other side, 20-0. We are going to get into a mailbag in about 15 minutes. Got to talk about Adam Schefter saying the Giants are going to the playoffs. But we got a mailbag coming up. Do we have any questions in there? Do people even want to hear from us anymore?
Well, let me take a look.
Maybe we have to find a new way to get people's questions on the show because we got people that never want to ask us questions anymore.
We got a couple.
I'm ready for croissant marsh on Sundays. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
What does that mean? Croissant marsh. Let me know what you mean.
We got some questions, but I would prefer some more. I want everybody to get involved. Give me a question. We got some super chats as well. So if you have a question, you want to ask Marsh about training camp, about the season, about the roster, about a player, about anything, hashtag Giants or super chat. We'll put it in our mailbag and try and get to as many as possible.
Rob Jigga, we are going live for the preseason game. We'll be live for every single preseason game. Live for every single game this year. You know this. Sleeping says, how are we feeling about likely? I'm feeling pretty likely that likely is going to likely. I was on Talking Giants with Justin. I just kept saying likely over and over and over again.
You need to.
It was so cringe. I was like cringing myself out.
Adjective to use.
Yeah.
Like probably likely will have a good year. It doesn't even sound. It doesn't sound good though. There's a high chance.
I have not heard anything on Vita Vea to the Giants. We did a video on that. Tried to pour some cold water on it. I know a lot of people were excited. It's always exciting when a player, especially at a position of need like defensive tackle for the New York Giants, becomes available. But, I don't think Vita Vea is going to be a Giant. I don't. Would y'all trade Kayvon Thibodeau for Vita Vea straight up? They probably don't even need him with Ruben Bain, but Marsh, go to Sunday Night Football? Man, that'd be fun.
I think I wouldn't do it because he's older and he needs a contract as well.
DeMims, LOL, says, don't think you remember you had too many Happy Dads one game and took a bathroom break and came back with a croissant.
Oh, my God. He's always coming back with food in here. He's grabbing whatever we got, whatever Chugs orders. And
I had to try to soak up some of those.
There was a lot of Happy Dads going down in the last 2 months of the season.
Unreal.
You know, one guy who I was expecting to see what was comment on your bathroom breaks is Vinny Pip.
Yep.
He's commenting on my.
I think he thinks like the bathroom is like right outside the door.
Yeah,
like literally
it's a little bit of a hike.
Urinal right there.
It's a little bit of a hike. We got to pick up some at a pace when we go to the bathroom. And Vinny Pip was saying that he hopes Malik Nabers is ready week 1. And I said, hopefully his knee's in better shape than yours is, brother, because we know Vinny Pip had a little knee injury at the end of the next season. And
he didn't even show up for day 1 of training camp.
I know. Well, this is.
It's a bad start for Vinny Pip.
He might not be getting his contract renewed.
How's the dog? She's good, man. Heart is good. She's been really good. When I went on vacation, she was mad and did not eat for 2 days, but besides that, she was good. Just means she loves me. All right. Adam Schefter, speaking about the New York Football Giants. And he didn't say it once. but he said it twice. Sleeping Case is Big Dash chat. That's my guy. I freaking love Big Dash, bro. Literally one of the most, just authentic, real Giants fans that knows what the hell they're talking about. Go support Big Dash. That's my guy, bro. Seriously. I always say we got to link up. This year, my goal, I want to do more content where we're talking to other Giants creators. I think it's just a lot of fun. I never really did it until I hopped on Talking Giants with Justin a couple of times. I had a blast doing it. Big Dash at the top of my list, man. That's my guy right there. Seriously. Super, super dope dude. All right. Let's jump into it. Playoffs? Adam Schefter thinks the New York Giants are going to the playoffs. If you want that to happen, if you want to see the New York Giants punch their tickets to the playoffs for the first time in a while, hit that thumbs up icon right now. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. My name is Marshall Green. We are presented by Prize Picks, and Adam Schefter, not once, but twice, planted his flag that he thinks if Jaxson Dart, Cam Skattebo, and Malik Nabers are all healthy, the Giants are going to be a playoff team. It's not just this guy right here, though. Some of the smartest people that cover this sport, some of the highest paid people that cover the National Football League have been saying that the New York Giants are going to be better than people think, and they have some giant expectations. Peter Schrager, who's predicted 4 of the last 6 Super Bowl champions, says the Giants can be an 11 or 12 win team this year. Adam Schefter says playoffs if healthy, and Greg Olsen, former Carolina Panthers tight end, and in my opinion, the best in-booth play-by-play color commentator in the game right now, he says he thinks they'll win 10 games this season. Jordan Rodgers and Adam Schefter had a back and forth on the Get Up show on ESPN, and Jordan Rodgers, brother of Aaron Rodgers, says, just look at who they were last year without Malik Nabers, right? He missed all of Jaxson Dart's time last year. They were in 7 one-score games, and they lost all of those. And that was without their best wide receiver. That was without Cam Skattebo for 9 games. They added Isaiah Likely at tight end. The weapons around Jaxson Dart in year 2 are so much better. They were a top 15 offense with Jaxson Dart last year, 22 points per game. They're a top 10 offense with Malik Nabers, with Isaiah Likely, a group of veteran wide receivers that kind of round out that room with a healthy Cam Skattebo. This is a team that will be top 10 on offense and make a playoff run. He didn't say make the playoffs, he said make a playoff run with healthy pieces on offense. Adam Schefter responding to Rodgers saying, you didn't even mention that they hired John Harbaugh to coach the team. You didn't even mention that. So if there are 7 one-score games, and if, it's a big if, Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo and Malik Nabers stay healthy, if those guys are healthy, this team will go to the playoffs. This isn't the first time that Adam Schefter has said that the New York Football Giants are going to the playoffs. He has now said it 2 times. He is standing 10 toes down. He said it on the Pat McAfee show a couple of weeks ago, and he said it again this week. Adam Schefter thinks the Giants are going to the playoffs if healthy. Now, how does that happen? How can the Giants punch their ticket to the playoffs in the first time since the 2022 season? I was talking with my guy Tyler Smith, former producer of this channel, Giants fan. I said, you know what? You know what the key for the Giants to make the playoffs this year is? You got to beat the Commanders twice. In each of the last 2 years, the Washington Commanders have beat us twice. How about we go and beat the Washington Commanders twice? And then how about you split between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, which would get you to 4-2 in the NFC East this year. You do that, you're going to the playoffs. I still think, even if you go 3-3 in the NFC, it's like, let's say you beat the Commanders twice, then let's say you split with the Cowboys and maybe you lose to the Eagles twice, or maybe you just split with everybody. I think 3-3 in the NFCs could still be enough to get you to the playoffs. You look at the early part of this schedule for the New York Giants. Week 1 versus the Cowboys. and week 2 versus the Rams. Those are litmus test games for this football team. We're going to find out real quick what the New York Giants are like after the first 2 weeks. And then we're really going to figure out what they are in weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. I know everybody looks at the schedule. Every team, all 32 fan bases say, this is a win, that's a win, this is a win, that is a win. And all 31 other teams are saying when they see the Giants, that's a win. But I'll just say this. If you can't beat the Titans, you're probably not a good football team. If you can't beat the Cardinals, you're probably not a good football team. If you can't beat the Commanders, you're probably not a good football team. And if you can't beat the Saints, you're probably not a good football team. Let's say worst thing in the world happens. You go 0-2. Why can't you rip off a 4-game winning streak versus the Titans, Cardinals, Commanders, and Saints? There's no reason you should not be 4-2 after 6 weeks in this season. Texans, it'll be tough, but it's a winnable football game. Then the schedule heats up a little bit. You got the Eagles. That's always a tough game no matter what. Division games are tough. Commanders, I got you sweeping the Commanders this year. You could beat the Jags. You can beat the Daniel Jones-led Colts. The Niners have to come cross-country to play the New York Giants. Seahawks will be tough. Browns, you can't beat the Browns. You're not a good football team. Lions will be tough. Should have beat them last year. Got to split with the Cowboys. Got to split with the Eagles. There are winnable games on this schedule, but we are going to find out real quick if this team is good or not. We'll find out real quick who they are. Are they pretenders? Are they contenders? Are they frauds? We're going to find out real quick. But how about you go 4-2 and dare I say 5-1? What if you go 1-1 in those first 2 weeks and then you could beat a team like the Titans? You could beat a team like the Saints. You could beat those teams, the teams that are no good at the beginning part of your schedule. Quite frankly, if you can't beat the Titans, Cardinals, Commanders, Saints, I think we have bigger problems with this roster. More to talk about. Make sure you are hooked up with our presenting sponsor of today's show. That is Prize Picks. Brand new Prize Picks deal right now when you use the promo code HMA. When you play your first $5 lineup, you get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that $5 lineup. What is Prize Picks? It's America's #1 sports picks app. If you like making money, you like watching sports, you want to do it at the same dang time, Prize Picks is the place to do it. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply pick more or you pick less on the stats that Prize Picks selects for that player. Right now, you could play baseball lineups. There's women's basketball lineups you could play. There's a lot of sports going on. But you can also get some season-long football lineups in. The one I've got right now is the more on passing and rushing yards for Jaxson Dart this year. I really, really, really like the more on 5.25 sacks for Abdul Carter. And I think Josh Allen's going to have a big year as well. Download the app, create an account, use that promo code HMA, play $5, get $150 in bonus lineups if you win. Back to the New York Giants and how they can make the playoffs. Well, if you just go and look at last year, and it's not the absolute worst case scenario, you're not losing 13 games. Shout out to the Giants Insider Podcast newspaper. They put together some really good stuff here. New York Giants were 1-7 in one-score games. Jordan Rodgers says they lost every single one. They were 1-7 in one-score games, but his point still makes a lot of sense to me. Take it a step further, they were 1-3 in games decided by 3 points or less. The New York Giants ranked last in extra point percentage. And for all the games, you had 4 games decided by 3 points or less. You were the worst in extra point percentage. That type of stuff matters. The New York Giants, they only made 23 field goals last year. It's bottom 5 in the league. Only 4 teams made less. The New York Giants only made 1 field goal from 50-plus yards. Tied for last in the NFL. The New York Giants tied for the league lead in pre-snap penalties. You hire John Harbaugh, you should be a better special teams group. You hire John Harbaugh, you shouldn't be sloppy before the snap. And you were able to win a lot of games last year before they went to the buzzer. The New York Giants led the NFL in offensive penalties on both third and fourth down. Or excuse me, the New York Giants led the NFL in offensive penalties on both third down and in the fourth quarter. So you weren't good in special teams. You were undisciplined before the snap. You were not good in the third quarter, discipline-wise, in the fourth quarter and on third down. If you're not good on third down, you're not disciplined in fourth quarter, and you're not good in special teams, not going to win a lot of games, this screenshot right here, John Harbaugh should really, really help you take a step in that department. So my question to you is 7.5 wins for the New York Giants this year. What say you? Type O for over, type U for under. I'm going to my keyboard right now, and I am spamming O. I'm going over. Going over. Over, 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 over. Over 7.5 wins for Big Blue this year. I feel it, man. I really do feel it. I feel good about this team. I think the talent is there. I think the coaching is there. Got to stay healthy. Put it all together, and let's go win some games. And let's beat the teams that we are supposed to beat. That's what well-coached football teams do. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you haven't yet, go give me a follow on social media. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Roller Coaster says 6 wins under. Sorry. We're going to have a horrible year if we only win. We're going to have a horrible time if we only win 6 games. Yeah, I did say that last year, Roller Coaster Mike. I was wrong. Man. Hopefully I'm right this year. That's the way the percentages work. I was wrong. You know what it was? I was wrong last year, so I could be right this year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
well, I'm just so negative.
Yeah, that's it. It's really well, you're the problem. You're the problem.
I am the problem. Trippy whips. Honestly, Trippy, everyone say bye to Trippy.
Bye, Trippy.
I just can't do it. Every time I look down, this guy's just complaining. Dude, I hate how the Prize Picks reads are longer than the videos. That's what he just said.
Really?
It's weird. We just did a 13-minute video, and the Prize Picks read was a minute long. I'm not good at math, but neither are you since you thought there was 18 games this year. Armed Forces, what's up, my man? 11-6. Giants. Mark these words. When we do this question, the mailbag, let's go to the schedule, and we'll kind of go through it as well.
Okay.
We'll get more to that as well. Chris House. What's up, Beast? What up, Marsh? Thoughts on possibly signing Trayvon Diggs? Maybe move him to safety like Charles Woodson. Dude's a natural for being around the ball. Safety room could use some more competition. We did a recent free agency video where guys, the New York Giants, I thought maybe should at least take a look at, bring them in for a workout. The Giants have signed, 4 guys in the last week?
I think what was the quote that they're still going to continue to change the roster is going to be fluid or something like that from day one. Joe Shane just saying basically that they're never going to stop looking to improve the roster. So,
look, Trayvon Diggs is someone that's had a lot of success in this league before. He's a ball hawk. You noted that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't think it's a bad idea. Like, is he willing to sign a deal with $0 guaranteed dollars? I mean, that'd be my first question. If he is, then I'd like to bring him in, and then there'd be a competition and see where he's at. But I think it's probably unlikely at this point. I actually love the idea of bringing him in and moving him to safety. Very similar. I'm on the same wavelength as you. I'd have to know where the knee is. Is he healthy? Does he still want to play football? Is he in shape? You'd obviously get all the answers to that, but I like this idea, man. I do. Andrew said it all the time, like, you can never have too many good defensive backs. Because injuries happen. Defensive back room always takes a hit. And this is the guy that was an all-pro, I believe, one year, led the NFL in interceptions, knows the division as well. So I'd be down. Man. I would. Axe thrower, Marshall, you need to change your name to Blue, and we are playoff bound regardless. Never thought of that.
Marshall Blue?
I never thought of that. Maybe, you know what? Do you know a guy? Randall says, have you heard any rumors about Najee Harris? I haven't heard any rumors, but Dan Duggan of The Athletic name dropped him as a player. Not that the New York Giants were connected to, but he talked about he could see the New York Giants making a move at running back, and he mentioned he was the top free agent out there. So I don't think Dan Duggan just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to tweet about Najee Harris going to the Giants. It's not the type of guy that he is. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but I wonder how Motor's looking. We haven't really heard about Devin Motor Singletary at training camp so far. So I like to see how he's looking and what's going on in the world of Devin Motor Singletary. But Najee Harris, the guy that played in LA last year with Harbaugh's brother, probably could get a good referral on him. But he's also coming off, I believe, either a torn Achilles or an ACL.
Yeah, it was a season ender. I don't know which one, but I remember it was non-contact. I always get wary of signing these guys during how much are you going to get from a guy you sign in August now that we're in the last day of July? If you're looking for real contributions from a guy you're signing in August, you're probably in trouble. So I think
it would be like for RB3 role, only if, you go back to this. They clearly tried to upgrade the running back room this offseason. They offered Kenneth Walker a contract extension. John Harbaugh said it. Arvell Reese and Jeremiah Love were the top two players on our board. The want to upgrade the room didn't just go away, right? They didn't wake up in April saying we got to upgrade the room and then wake up in July saying, you know what? Actually, we don't need to upgrade this room. So maybe they're willing to just roll with who they got this year, and that's totally okay and probably the most likely outcome. But I don't think that Najee Harris is all that likely. I could see a way it happens, but I would say probably more likely than not, it's more likely he remains a free agent than signing with the Giants. I'll say it like that.
Yeah, and also, I guess I look at it from the player's perspective who are unsigned at this point. What's the harm in waiting? Work out on your own, and you want to make sure you're going to get an opportunity where you're going to be able to go. And I don't want to say this and anyone to take this the wrong way, but if you're a guy like Najee Harris or a guy at any position who was a veteran player who's kind of a little more established in this league, you're going to probably wait for a sizable role to open up. I'm not wishing injuries on anybody on our team or any team, but they happen during training camp all the time, and you may be smarter just waiting for the best opportunity to possibly come open before you choose to sign with the team.
Agreed. Rob, Marshall, are you going to rematch Seeps again for Vikings versus Giants in preseason this year in Madden 27? Maybe we figure something out. I don't think I've played Madden since that game, to be honest with you, which I did beat him, and don't let people forget that. But we'll do some fun stuff for that. Rob, are you excited for Madden? I see the way that Madden rates our players, and I'm like, I don't really want to play. Jake, what's up, bro? Thank you for the love always, bro. Ready for the season, Marsh. Great content. Just sending a super chat to support you. Still think you should get into Rangers hockey, LOL. Thank you for the love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting, man. It's super dope. It's not that I don't like Rangers hockey. I never grew up with hockey. It was on in the house. My dad's a hockey guy. I just never got into it. And the Yankees were probably right up there with Giants and Knicks for me as a kid. But man, for all these people that have 5 favorite teams in 5 different sports, how do you keep up with all that stuff? I have enough time for the Giants. I have enough time for the Knicks. And that's about it. I don't have much time for anything else.
Yeah, I like hockey too. Similar, I probably didn't start watching until middle school. I didn't know the rules, honestly, growing up. It wasn't a sport that I played. Then the Rangers, right around when I was getting into high school, was when they went to the Stanley Cup final, so I started watching a little more games. Played a little NHL, Xbox as well. But it's tough.
Dope.
We're doing Knicks stuff. We wouldn't be able to do as much Knicks stuff we were doing Rangers. So
agreed. Appreciate you, Jake. Thank you, brother. Shout out to all y'all in the building. Still over 200 people watching. Going to get into a mailbag here to close today's show. My guy Clifford Niles in the building. What up, Martian AC? What y'all think about possibly making Tyrone Tracy the main back and have Scat possibly the goal line back or short yardage back? So everything I've heard from training camp is that it is Cam Skattebo's backfield.
Really? So
60-40 is what I am hearing. It's not 50-50, not 55-45. It is 60-40 with Cam Skattebo getting the most carries. It's been Skattebo that's gotten the most carries every day. He's been the guy that's been the first out there in the first offense. I kind of did a flip-flop on Tracy. At the beginning of the year, I was kind of not the biggest Tracy guy, but I really liked the way that he closed the year. I think that they could both be productive backs in this league. I do think that.
I think the best teams have a 1-2 punch. Even if you have a superstar level back, like probably better than Cam Skattebo has been in his brief time in the league to this point, you got to have a good second back. That way you can really wear down defenses and just keep guys fresh, man. You want your guys to be fresh in the fourth quarter when the defense is tired. So Scat, what he does so well is run physical, and defenses hate to tackle him. You bring in a guy, Tracy, change the pace a little bit. Both those guys are fresh in the fourth quarter if they each get a couple carries, or even if it is a 60-40 timeshare, both guys are going to be fresher than if they were taking all the carries.
Agreed. I agree. All righty. Appreciate all y'all. Going to get into a mailbag. We're going to answer your beautiful questions on today's live show. We'll have this video go out on the weekend, probably Sunday, so you keep your eye out for that. But excited to do this. Love doing these where I just get to answer your questions, and we get to just chop it up like we're at the bar, drinking some ice-cold bevs, and being Giants fans, things that we do best, man. So we're going to ramp it up, going live on this channel. Going to try to go live once a week at minimum until preseason gets here. Then it's once a week and preseason games. So a lot more coming from Giants Now by Chat Sports. It's going to be our best year yet. We're going to put out more content than we ever have before, and I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Last call to get your questions in. If you want your question to be up on screen for today's live mailbag, ask in the comment section. Just include the number sign and Giants. Hashtag Giants. That way we could use our software to put it up on screen so we can get your name and your profile picture and give you a thoughtful answer that all you beautiful people deserve, man. Seriously, thank you. Thunder in the building. What up, Thunder? Happy summer, bro. Happy summer, man. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Who's my favorite player on the Giants?
Good question.
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. is one of my favorite Giants ever. But we're not getting that Odell Beckham Jr., so I don't know if that counts. I love Dart. Love Scat. Love Nabers. Love Andrew Thomas. Really like Brian Burns. Burns might be one. Burns is up there for me.
Can it be John Harbaugh?
John Harbaugh. If we got a John Harbaugh jersey, what number should he be?
What year Super Bowl is this? What year Super Bowl is it? The 60?
Is he 40? Oh, you're saying what
year Super Bowl is it this year? Because it's going to lead us to Super Bowl this year. That's the number you put on the back of the jersey.
I like that. That was like the Joe Girardi thing. He always
27, and then he changed to 28. Yep. Never got 28. But
Still waiting. All right. Let's do it. Coming up on today's show, we're going to answer your questions. We went live on the channel on Friday. We did a mailbag. One of my favorite videos to do. If you missed it, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and join us for our next live show. We are getting closer and closer, though, to New York Giants football. I'm happy that training camp is back, but I am eager for Giants preseason football to be here. It'll be here before you know it. If you're fired up like I am, go down right now, hit that thumbs up icon right now. It's mailbag time, baby. Shout out to all y'all that joined us for our live show. We're going to start with my guy, Armed Forces. What's up, bro? Says, Giants win no less than 11 games this year. I would absolutely love that, my man. Right now, the over-under is set at 7.5 in Las Vegas. I am taking the over on that. Let's go through the schedule here, and let's look at some games. If you're going to win 11 games, you have to start 1-1 between the Cowboys and the Rams. So we'll say 1-1. Then you have 4 games coming up in a row that are all very, very winnable. Titans, Cardinals, Commanders, Saints. Things happen. You slip up sometimes. So let's say you go 1-1 and then you go 3-1 in those next 4 games. That gets you to what? 5-2. And let's call the Texans game. If you're going to win 11 games, you're going to have to shock some people. I think the Texans are a team you could shock. Let's call it 6. That would be
7 total.
7 total, so 5-2. We'll go 5-2 after the first 7 games. Then you're versus the Eagles. We'll call the Eagles a split. You got to beat the Commanders twice, so you're up to 6-3 after week 10. Let's call it a split between the Jags and the Colts. That gets you to 7-4. Yeah, I think you're going to have to split between the NFC West guys and the Niners and Seahawks. So that gets you to 8-5. You're going to have to beat the Browns. That gets you to 9-5. And then you got to go 2-3 in your last 3 games. So that's the pathway to 11 games. I'll say this, though. If you want to be a legit team this year, that 4-game stretch that we talked about at the early portion of the season, like, you got to win games there. You talk about Titans, Cardinals, Commanders, Saints. You either go 4-0 or you go 3-1 there. Anything less than that, I think that would be very, very disappointing for the New York Giants this year. I'll ask you the question. Not 11 games, but 7.5 wins for the New York Giants. What say you? O for over, U for under. Sound off for me in the comments section. My guy Marty Malala, $50 super chat. Love you, brother. Fired up. Want Nabers on the field week 1. I think we're going to get it, man. I think Malik Nabers is going to play week 1 for the New York Giants. I was thoroughly impressed by the way that he looked at the early portion of training camp. I thought he looked quicker. I thought he looked stronger. I thought he looked more confident than me than I really ever thought he would. And this goes right into Ziegenmond. Says, generally can't wait to see JD6 and Malik Nabers again. Hopefully a 17-game season. Yeah. I tweeted it out earlier this week. If you get 17 games from Dart, Nabers, and Andrew Thomas, I think you can win the NFC East. I know it's a big if, and injuries are a real thing with all 3 of those guys, but really excited that Malik Nabers, I think, is on track to play week 1. We'll see. Still a long way to go, though. Bear says, if Mooney doesn't work out, who do you see the wide receiver 2 battle to be closer than people think? I'm going to read your question in probably a way that maybe you did not ask it. So F Marsh in the chat, but I don't think it's if Mooney doesn't work out. I think it is like they're not just saying, here you go, Mooney, you're the wide receiver 2. It is a legit competition. Mooney, Slayton, and Malachi Fields. All 3 of those guys are all battling for the opposite boundary starting wide receiver next to Malik Nabers. Like, is it going to be Mooney? Is it going to be Slayton? Is the rookie Malachi Fields going to steal the job from the 2 veterans? I could see Mooney and Slayton kind of week 1, 2, 3, 4 taking the majority of the snaps, and then Fields getting more and more looks as the season goes on. And maybe by the time we get to the bye week after the Texans game, or you get to that game against the San Francisco 49ers. But I think by the end of the season, I do think that Malachi Fields is going to be the wide receiver 2 for this team. And I think that's best case scenario, right? Mooney's here on a 1-year deal. And Darius Slayton, his contract, you can move off of it at the end of the year. Best case scenario, which I'm hoping happens, Malachi Fields becomes the wide receiver 2 of the future for the New York Giants. More questions to come. Make sure, though, you are hooked up with our presenting sponsor of today's show. That is Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply pick more or you pick less on 2 to 6 player stat lines that Prize Picks selects. And right now, they have a brand new offer for new users. You download today, use the promo code HMA, and you play your first $5 lineup and win that $5 lineup. You're going to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win. We got week 1 lineups up and ready to be submitted. This is one that I'm rolling with for week 1, Dallas versus the Giants, taking more on CeeDee Lamb, 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns, and more than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns for Cam Skattebo. You can roll with my picks or fade them very easily by following me on Prize Picks at @MarshallGreen_. Promo code HMA, play $5, get $150 in bonus lineups if you do go ahead and win that lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for being a real one. My guy Clifford Niles coming in with a $20 super chat. Major salute to you, bro. Says, what up, Marsh and AC? Shout out to producer AC. Says, what do y'all think about possibly making Tyrone Tracy the main back and have Skattebo possibly the goal line back and short yardage back? I think in a vacuum, this makes sense, right? Like when you boil it down to what does Skattebo do best? Powerful runner, gritty guy, going to find the hidden yardage and get the short yardage, right? Tracy, a little bit more finesse, a little bit more big playability, could be a receiver as well, but I actually think that Cam Skattebo is a better receiving back than Tyrone Tracy at this point. I still think Tracy does have some really high upside as a receiving back, but I have talked to the people with boots on the ground at Giants training camp, and I've been told that it's been a 60-40 split between the two backs. And it's Cam Skattebo who has gotten the 60% of the snaps so far. So it looks like, while it is going to be a 1A, 1B backfield this year, I believe, slightly more leaning towards Cam Skattebo getting a little bit more usage than Tyrone Tracy early on. Things could change. Injuries happen. Not wishing, obviously, but it sounds like it is Skattebo's backfield right now. Chris House, what up, my man? $10 super chat salute to you. Asked about Trayvon Diggs. Signing him and then moving him to safety, kind of like Charles Woodson did at the end of the career. We're seeing Jalen Ramsey do that as well. My only pushback on that, I think, would be is Trayvon Diggs a tackler like Charles Woodson? Is Trayvon Diggs a tackler like like Jalen Ramsey is? I don't know. He sure is a ball hawk, knows how to play the ball in the air. I don't even mind bringing him in like at all, but the question would be, is he healthy? Does he still want to play football? And the only way I would bring him in is if it's a non-guaranteed deal, which is not really favorable for the player. You look at the Giants safety depth chart. I know a lot of, and Chris, maybe I think the reason for this question is maybe he doesn't feel that confident in the safety room right now. I don't think that's the wrong way to feel, but don't sleep on our Darius Washington, man. Do not sleep on him. Joe Shane talked about there is a safety competition going on. Didn't say who. I think it's between Newman, Washington, Pinnock. And those guys are all battling. So keep your eyes on that. I think the Giants probably don't bring in Trayvon Diggs. They've worked out a bunch of people over the last handful of months. To my knowledge, he has not been a part of them. But I don't hate it, man. But it'd have to be no guaranteed money. And I'd have to see where the knee is at this point. Shane Tompkins, my man, how concerned should we be about our run defense? Or did they supplement enough with the inside linebacker upgrades? That's $1 million question right there, Shane Tompkins, and that's why you're an absolute ball knower. I continue to worry about this run defense. I mean, you take away Dexter Lawrence, and I get it. Dex wasn't great last year. And you replaced him with DJ Reader. And then you added Shelby Harris and drafted Bobby Jamison Travis. And then you added some journeymen in the NFL and Topu and Fotu and Pickens. So is that enough? I don't know. I think where you see the most upgrades and the most step in the right direction is that second level of the defense and the linebackers, which you noted, Shane. You talk about Tremaine Edmonds, talk about Arvell Reese. I think those are upgrades to what you had last year, and they bring legit size. They bring legit speed. and we're going to need them to be good. You're going to need them to be borderline great, man. The Giants defense is going to be great. It's going to be because of those two guys. I do worry about the run defense. Hopefully they did enough this offseason. I have question marks if they did. Cringy Grinch 9635. Appreciate you, my man. Is there a cut signing that you would make on this team that would be controversial to the fan base, but is a big need for the team? That is a heck of a question, man. Is there a cut signing that you would make on this team that would be controversial to the fan base? Woo! Put me on the spot. That's a really good one. I don't know if there is. You go and look at who the top free agents are. I wanted the New York Giants to bring in maybe Diggs, but it's also like, do you need Stephon Diggs right now? But would Stephon Diggs be the second best receiver on this team? Like, who would you rather have? Stephon take and the controversial part is where this weighs in, Cringy, is we know all the off the field stuff for Stephon Diggs. But who's better, Diggs or Slayton? Who's better, Diggs or Mooney? Who's better right now in a vacuum? Diggs or Malachi Fields? I don't know. As I try to think of anybody else, I don't know. That's probably the one that I would say would be the most controversial to the fan base. I like Diggs. I think he's still got gas. I think he had 1,000 yards last year. I think he walks in without a doubt and he's your second best receiver, but is he good in the locker room? I don't know. So that's the one I'll go with. I hope that's a good answer for you, bro. This is what I'm going to think about, though. These are the questions I like. They make me think. Gears are going to be churning, and I'll be thinking about it all weekend long, man. Appreciate you, bro. If you want the New York Giants to win the NFC's Cringy, hit that thumbs up icon, and make sure you are following me over on social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. AC, do you got an answer to that last one from Cringy?
No, I mean, Stephon Diggs, I know we talked about Trayvon earlier. We talked about Stephon. I think that's a good answer to that question. I mean, I look at take a stab at it from the position of need angle as well, like as opposed to just a free agent and then try and work backwards that way. They do. I mean, what would you say is the biggest position need? I'd say probably defensive tackle is a big position of need. It's not. There's a couple areas that you use upgrades, but where you don't have like stud. But I'm not sure if there's any real like difference-making defensive tackles available on the free agent market. I mean, the Giants, we saw them get some of the top guys that were available even after the draft. Shelby Harris, DJ Reader. They were able to bring both of those guys in, guys like Fotu as well.
I don't know if I asked you this on the show or before the show or on the show, but one that we could have said is about trading Kayvon Thibodeau for Vita Vea. I mean, that would be controversial, but you're taking a depth piece and turning him into a starter as a major need of position, major positional need.
Yeah, that could be kind of another way to answer that question. I thought the safety question that Chris asked, like identifying that as maybe a position of need, was a good angle to look at it as well. I know we talked about Najee Harris earlier on the show. There's not a guy sticking out to me. Like, the Giants are pretty active in the veteran free agent market. Like,
Harbaugh's always been like that, which I like because the Giants haven't really ever been like that.
No, so they've made plenty of additions. So I think they like the group they have in terms of competition at different positions. We'll see. Like the guys we got. I like the guys we got.
Yeah. We're that much closer, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you all tuning in today. We've been live for 95 minutes. You guys brought the heat today, man. Seriously, thank you. I always love going live. Got to find a way to get it back on our schedule more. With football season here, it's not going to be a problem. So if you're watching, subscribe, turn those notifications on. We put out multiple videos every single day. We're going to go live for every single game day this year, every single preseason game. We've done that now for 2022, 3, 4, 5. This will be our 5th year, I think.
Yeah, if you started in 2020, if you started in 22, that was a playoff year.
Yeah, playoff year was the first year we did watch parties. So yeah, this will be the 5th year in a row. We do every preseason game, every regular season game. We're going to be going live on Mondays after game days this year. I'm pretty sure we did that last year as well in the afternoon.
Did it most of the season. You
Yeah.
had the injury that put us out for a few weeks, but
Bronx boy, are you late? Yes, we're literally leaving, so we'll see you later. I'm kidding. No, we are leaving though, and you are late. He says, been here the whole time, Croissant Marsh, been driving.
Oh, my God.
You sneaky. Sneaky. Did you hear me call you out?
How's your knee doing?
Yeah, how's the knee, buddy? How's the knee? Did you hear us call you out? We're always thinking about you, Vinny. He's sneaky.
Giants injury updates. Lead with Vinny Pip.
Dude.
Go finish with Malik Nabers. That's the news that people want to know is Vinny Pip injury update.
Who is more likely to play week 1, Vinny Pip or Malik Nabers? When Andrew and I went to the New York Knicks parade, we did a Knicks Now meetup. We also posted on the Giants videos. A lot of Giants fans came as well. That was awesome. And Vinny Pip could not come because he had a partially torn knee ligament that
His knee is worse. He says this is worse. You couldn't cut like that? You can't cut like that, Vinny?
You can't get out of the cut? God, that is hilarious. This dude just watching in the shadows.
Oh, my God.
Watching
here
in the
whole
shadows. Time. Oh, I freaking love this dude. Even though he ghosted us and didn't show up, didn't invite us to his birthday party.
Like us. He doesn't like us. He just listens for entertainment purposes.
We're literally just like his toys that he plays with.
Yeah.
Unreal. Vinny, I love you. I love all y'all. We'll figure out a day to go live next week. I am going to be out of the office on the 4th, but we'll figure it out. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all later. Let's go Giants.